Hello, welcome to this kind of different video for my channel here. So basically what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about some of the monthly subscription items that I have, what I've made with them, and kind of my thoughts. So if you're ready for a chatty video and you'd like to see all of the cards that I've made here with these products, plus the card kit, which is all of these cards here, stick around, maybe grab a snack, get some water. I feel like everyone's probably dehydrated, so have a seat. Anyway, first I just wanted to talk about the amazing Paper Grace die. Now, some people get kind of intimidated about the amazing Paper Grace dies because they are usually a bit more intricate and elaborate, but this is one of my favorites. It makes a trifold card. So if you haven't checked out this video on my channel, go ahead and find it and I'll show you how to make it, but it makes this trifold effect and it is so elegant and beautiful. And I also made a card using this die and elements from the card kit of the month for this month, and it was a mermaid, Ursula, Little Mermaid, kind of a little under the sea theme. And that was actually a card that was an order, a special order that I did for a family member, so I don't have it here to show in the video, but I will insert it in right now on the video. Like I said, this is just gorgeous and I love this. And really you could do something on the back like I did with that other card, and it could be kind of like a showpiece that you could put on a mantle or a desk. Like I said in that video and the video that I created this with, you could put pictures here of family members or really anything that you enjoy looking at, and it is just so beautiful. So I really love this one this month. So I will just leave that out. Maybe I should clean it up. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to show you the next thing. I didn't even use all of the things that it came with either. Oh, sorry, that magnet really drew that die in. And there's so many things you can do with this set, so I love it. Especially the little flowers to layer up to make kind of some three-dimensional poofy flowers. Gorgeous. Alrighty, let's move on to I call it the gal on the towel, but that's not what it's actually called. So let me grab the name of that really quickly. By the way, this one was called the Tiara Trifold. So if you're looking for that, it's called that, and I will have everything linked in the description, so it will be there for you. Now this is a monthly these are all monthly products, so after July, you won't be able to just click the link in the description and find them right away because the link brings you to the monthly subscription page. So sometimes they will put these out for the month and it is at a reduced price. Then after the month is over, if they have some left over or if they were kind of like big sellers, they'll bring them back, but they do put them as full price. So if you're interested in these, grab these before the end of the month. I believe it is 6 days before the end of the month that you can still subscribe to this and have it sent to you. But if you're interested in these monthly products, I always recommend doing it at the very beginning of the month, at least the first couple days, so you are able to get it, because you know there are shortages now, so who knows. All right, so this is the small die of the month and it is just really sweet. So it is technically called Day at the Beach. I called it a gal on a towel, but you know, Day at the Beach sounds a little more refined. Now the cards that I made with a Day at the Beach are as follows. I made first this one that showcases the main gal and her hat and the towel, the beach bag, and the flip-flops. Gorgeous. And I used that stamp from the stamp sentiment from the stamp set of the month, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but I used a lot of these sentiments throughout the month of July since they did kind of work together. They don't always, but that's okay. So I really liked this card and had that gold mirrored cardstock on it. I used some of those gems from Spellbinders, and these are sequins from Spellbinders as well. Gorgeous. Then I kind of went off the path, if you will, of the gal. I didn't use her on these, so I made like a watercolor scene. I have a video of how I made every card in this video on my channel already. So when this is posted, if you like a card and you want to recreate it, just head over to my my videos and you'll be able to find these pretty easily. So I watercolored the background and I used these little flip-flops, which were from this die set. So this is, again, small die of the month. There's the bottom of the flip-flops, and those are the straps. Then I took the stamp set from this month of July, and let's see, Sunshine and Good Times. And I put that here, and I actually used that same sentiment on this card, Sunshine and Good Times. Now, when I used it on this card, I used the coordinating dies. Now, when you sign up for this stamp set, you can either choose just the stamp set or the stamp set and the coordinating dies. And I always recommend that combination for reasons such as this, because as a sentiment that has its little cutout is just like even cuter than just a regular stamp sentiment. Sometimes it's fine not to have one, but I think it looks really like finished, if you will. So back to this card. I used this background die to make the like ocean or lake themed background here, and I believe, was it from Mama Elephant? I think it was from Mama Elephant. In the video where I made this card, I have it all in the description, so sorry I can't remember at this moment, but this is mostly for Spellbinders, so we're gonna stick to that. Anyway, I took this die that made the towel and cut it out in brown paper, and it is going to be kind of like this illusion of a dock. So if you don't know what a dock is, it's like a deck that's on a house, but it's not on a house, it's on water, and it goes out into a body of water, and you could jump off of it. So that's kind of the implied story of this card. Someone was on the dock, they kicked off their flip-flops, and they jumped right in. They're not dead though. You just can't see them. Anyway, so those are all of the cards that I used with this small die of the month. Some of these had the stamp as well. And speaking of the stamp, I'm going to pull in those videos now, or those cards. So again, I made another beach one, and I just put in the simple sentiment that means the good life. So I just thought that was really neat with the beach. So I have this beachy one, I have this popsicle one, and I used the little citrus stamp here. I used the both of those stamps to make one slice of lemon. Then I used this stamp to make the popsicle, and the sticks are with this and this wooden detailed stamp. Then I did the Sunshine and Good Times, and I used the coordinating die to cut that out. To die cut out the whole popsicle, I didn't actually use the die cutting pieces that come with this on this card, because if I were to do that, it would cut off the bottom. So on this card, I did fussy cut it out. Now, I really loved the sentiment, anything is popsicle, that came with this stamp set. So I actually made another card using anything is popsicle and a darker yellow paper. I will show it here on the screen. And I don't have it right now in this video because I used it for a graduation card, and the person who received it kind of likes puns, so I thought it was kind of a fun graduation card. But back to this green card here, I used watercolor paper and I watercolored the popsicle out. Now, if you're not into watercoloring or anything like that, you could certainly stamp it with this and go from there. And then these gems are from Spellbinders. Now for this one, I wanted to make my own background with watercolors. So I did that, and then I used just the coordinating dies to cut out the two popsicles here. I used the main popsicle piece, and then this part is the stick. And then I put them on top. I used the sentiment, "You Melt My Heart," which I thought was fitting since the two popsicles seem to be kind of like cheersing each other or kind of nodding. So that is that for the stamp of the month and the coordinating dies. So again, I had a really fun time making some of these summer cards, especially since here in Minnesota, it kind of went from winter to summer. We didn't have much of a spring, and I was so ready for summer when it sprung. So I had fun. The best part about the stamps and dies, if you are subscribing to the club memberships, is you can use stamps and dies over and over and over and over again. There is no limit to how many girls on a towel you can stamp out, or how many strawberries you can stamp. It's just one of those things that it's good to have things like this in your stash because they are reusable over and over and over. So the one thing about the card kits of the month is they are not all reusable. There are reusable elements to the kits, but they are not all reusable. Some of them are disposable, which is just fine because you get to make some cards out of them. So I have 2 videos on my channel of showing you how I made all of these, but I will just kind of slowly show each one so you're able to see what I've made. If you're interested in purchasing the card kit of the month, again, I would do it sooner rather than later because there are cutoff points, and that, as far as I know, is 6 days before the end of each month. So Spellbinders does have a really nice Q&A section on their website, and I will link that in the description below if you're interested in seeing that Q&A section. It's a nice way of getting some of your questions answered without having to sleuth it out yourself, and it's obvious that they spent quite a lot of time answering or figuring out some similar questions that people might have. So I definitely recommend checking out that Q&A area if you have not done that in the past. I had a lot of fun making these cards, and I even have more that are what I call sister cards or cousin cards that are basically duplicates. So if I had enough of something left over, I will set it off to the side and make another card. So I don't have those completed yet, but I have a pile of them right here. I also have some from like the Australian kit and things that I really need to take care of this little section because this is probably 40-50 cards I would have to estimate that I have not finished yet. So I will probably do that on my next little trip. We're going to take a trip up north in Minnesota, and the nice thing about having those cards prepped like I do is really all I need is a little bit of liquid glue and some double-sided tape, and that's really all I will need to finish up those cards. So I'm going to take my crafting on the road and make even more cards. Crazy. All right, so those are all of those from the card kit of the month. Let's see, I'll do a quick count. So I'm sure someone's wondering, how many did you make? There's 10, there's 15, 20, and 1. So I have 21 here, but again, I have probably another 10 to 15 in that box that are sister cards. So as long as you have paper and make card bases, you can make way more than just 10 cards from the card kits. So go ahead, try it out, play around, enjoy. That's the whole point of crafting, is really just making art and giving it to someone and making them smile. So it's fun. All right, that is all I have made for July. It's quite the pile. So anyway, thank you again for watching. I'll have everything linked in the description. If I forget something, which is totally possible because, hello, I'm human, just ask in the comments and I would love to help you out and find the link that I missed. So just comment below. If you had a favorite card, I'd love to know which one it is. I don't really have names for any of these, but if you just kind of say like, oh, I like the one with the dock, I'll know which one it is. So either way. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Happy crafting.